Hi, we are making masks today, and we want to show you how we make them. And then we're going to show you what they look like when they're completed. This is a completed mask. It actually has an inside. It has a pocket that you can put a filter in, and we will show you how we cut this. Now we used the two patterns, and what I found is the pattern that I got, I actually like to cut a little wider. But what we want to show you is how we cut the material in mass and make a lot of pattern. So Jim is going to hold this up, and he's going to hold the material up, and what we do is we simply hold the pattern up to the edge of the cloth, and you see here the pattern goes here. So what I'm going to do is notch that, and then Jim is going to cut. Let's see, I'm going to hold the camera and I'm going to notch that. I like to go out a little inch, and that'll make sense. Okay. All right. Jim is going to rip that, because this is how we make a lot of mask in a hurry. Our pattern and lay it against the fabric, and I just simply roll this. I kind of even it up. I roll it on. Flatten it, and you'll have a lot of strings, but that's no matter because those are actually going to get sewn in. Now the bigger pattern is the outside of the mask, and as you see, just in that little tear, I'm going to get quite a few masks out of that long piece of fabric. Pattern, which was actually just a plastic folder. Then I take the pins, these are clothespins here in Samoa, and I simply pin here, and I come over here and pin on this end, and this is where it's nice. We can actually make whole stacks. We come with our fabric scissors, good sharp scissors, and I cut, not cutting the pattern, ta-da, and I come over here, and we do the same thing on this side. And what's beautiful is now I have a stack of masks that are ready to sew, but that's the outsides of the mask. So then we repeat the process with the blue, and I'm just going to do this a different way because I just want to do a little bit of this because I have another plan for some of this material today. And this one you do kind of cut pretty close to the pattern, and I cut it. I tear the strips. I lay this on the plastic. I roll it flat, roll it, and we're almost there. Take my pins, pin, hold it up, put my scissor in and cut. And then we'll go to the next stage. We'll kind of pause the video here. We'll give it some more time. But here now I have cut the insides of the mask. So I will need 2 of these to 1 of these. So this is the next part of the. So this is the next part of our sewing. Jim has been hemming the insides, and the nice thing about this is when you do this, you can actually chain them together, like 30, 40 of them. Like you don't just hem one and unhook it, you keep them hooked together. And he's going to show you how that's done just with 2. So instead of stopping here, he'll get ready and he will put another one on. And we actually have done this chain after chain of more of them. And then we'll get to the point where we'll show the next step. This pattern is very easy, very doable, kind of fun. So see how he's chained those, and then again, you can continue until you have a whole stack of them.
Okay.
Now we come over and we have those insides that Jim sewed together. And there's enough here to make 2 masks. So what you do is you put the right sides to right sides, and that one is a little, we have another brown one. You put right sides together so that the outsides, because this is going to be like this. And you just simply hold it in the center, in the middle. Put your pressure foot down. Do your seam. There's one. And then the next one, I hold up. Same thing, you just kind of center it. I'm not worried about perfection because a lot of this is going to be hidden. So then again, I bring it down. And so now I flip this to where I have this on the outside. And I like to top stitch this just on the very edge. Holding it in place. So you see the top stitching is done. I don't have to press and iron. Again, I do the same thing with this side. And if you have problems with it being even, you can actually put a pin on there to hold it. I haven't had to. Now I will use pins on the next part. Okay, so now we have this part of the mask. And now this is where you do your fancy part. So I'm going to pinch this up and find my pins here. Okay, this is what it looks like flat, and Jim will get another video of that. And this is the outside part.
Okay.
So now we're at the part where we're going to do the folds that are in the mask. And you see this is my open part, this is my pocket. So I simply pinch this up, fold it, and then I pin right in the middle because I'm going to use these edges here. And then I pinch again here, and I like to roll it over so I can see what I've done, because now this is this part of the mask on the outside. Then I take the edges, and you can trim your threads so that they don't hang out. Then you simply roll that down and make a hem, and then I'm going to come up and I'm going to cover where that meets. And then I like to just pin it, because I'll do a bunch of these at the same time. So there's that side. I come over here, I can trim my threads, or you can roll them in. Again, I'm going to I use my thumbs, I hold it, and then I roll it. You have to leave enough room to be able to take the crochet hook and pull your elastic through this part. So now go ahead and use those pins here on the machine and hold them. And I just simply pull up a little bit and come in a little more. There we go. And you can do a zigzag and not roll the hem, or you can do it with a nice hem like that. I've done both. bring it over here, move my clothespin. And I forgot to do this on that side, kind of anchor it. This is when I do like to take a look and get rid of my loose threads. And then it's ready. It's ready for the elastic. So you see, it's not a hard pattern. Put your elastic in 10-inch lengths, and then you just simply put a crochet hook through and pull it through. So I have my ties. Again, you do the same thing. Now, if you have resistance, you can come in the other way because you've hit one of those folds. So you come through and you pull it through. And try that again. So now this is easy. I like to give it an inch in between, which is why you have 10 inches, because I do want this to be able to hold up. So then you simply, I do this straight stitch. You can do the zigzag stitch if you want. For time, crochet an ear saver. I'm one of those people that doesn't read a pattern, so you'll have to forgive me. So you chain 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to go in that 1, 2, and that third chain, and I'm going to do 3 double crochets in that loop. This is the end of my ear saver. So this is going to be the end. And then you're going to go and do a double crochet in every one of those next chains. So then I get to the end and I'm going to do 6 double crochets in that end. I tighten that corner up here. Now I'm going to go in between those next, the back of that chain, and you're just going to go all the way to the end.
Your hands are actually doing.
So we're getting to the end. And now I'm going to do 3 double crochets in this end to make that rounded off. And then I'm going to hook that in that last double crochet here. Okay, I have a ear saver or mask monkey, and you simply put your 2 buttons here